If you have been following this channel, we just wrapped up a complete Docker series. We learned how to containerize applications, build images, run containers, and make our projects reproducible. But here is the uncomfortable truth. If we are talking about machine learning operation or MLOps, Docker alone is not MLOps. In real-world machine learning system, the problem is not just can my code run, the problem actually is, can my code keep working as it changes? Every time you either modify your model or change pre-processing logic or maybe upgrade a library or refactor code, there's a chance you silently broke something. And most of us find that out only after deployment. And this is exactly where MLOps begin. MLOps is not one tool. It's an approach. And the very first approach you must learn is continuous integration or CI. In this new series, we're not going to jump straight into tools. We'll build the right mental model first. So in this video, I want you to do something unusual. Forget everything that you've thought is complicated in MLOps. Let's start with the problem we're facing right now. Here, I want to be honest about what most of us are doing right now. This is the current workflow for many developers and ML engineers. We write some code, maybe we change a model, and maybe we refactor a pipeline. Then we open the terminal and run docker build and docker run. If the container starts, we say, okay, it works, and then we push the code to GitHub or other Git platforms. That's it. No automated checks, no safety net, just hope. And this approach works until it doesn't. Here's where things start breaking. You forgot to test a small change. You assume something works because it worked yesterday. The code runs on your laptop but fails on another machine. Or worse, you're working with a team and someone pulls broken code. And the most dangerous situation of all, you push broken code to Git. No alarms, no warnings, just broken code sitting in your repository. Now imagine doing this. Machine learning pipelines or training script or model evaluation code or data preprocessing logic. This is not scalable. This is not reliable. And this is definitely not MLOps. So the real question is not how do I use CI? The real question is how do I make sure every code change is checked automatically? And that brings us to the core idea behind CI or continuous integration. Continuous integration or CI is a very simple idea. CI means every time your code changes, it gets checked automatically. That's it. No buzzwords, no magic. Instead of you manually running commands and hoping nothing breaks, you say, whenever I push code to GitHub, someone or something should check it for me. Think of it like this. Whenever you push code, a robot wakes up. The robot does exactly what you would do manually. It pulls your latest code, it sets up Python, it installs libraries, it runs checks, and then it tells you whether something is broken. If everything passes, great, you move forward with confidence. But if something fails, you know immediately, not after deployment, not after a teammate complaint, not after a user reports a bug. And this is why continuous integration is so important in machine learning projects. Because ML code is fragile. A small change in data, dependencies, or logic can silently break things. Continuous integration or CI turns uncertainty into certainty. It does not replace evaluation, it enforces evaluation. And once you understand this idea, the tool becomes almost boring. Because tools are just the ways to tell the robot what to do. Now that you understand what CI is, let's answer the next obvious question. How do I use CI? Well, one such tool to implement continuous integration is GitHub Actions. Then we answer the obvious next question. Where does GitHub Action fits into all of this? Now that you understand what continuous integration or CI actually is, GitHub Actions become very easy to explain. Remember, GitHub Actions is not CI. CI is the idea, and GitHub Actions is just one way to implement that idea. GitHub Actions is simply GitHub's built-in robot system. When you push the code, GitHub notices an event. That event could be a push, a pull request, or some other trigger. And when that happens, GitHub can automatically run commands for you on its own servers. You don't install GitHub Actions, you don't run it on your laptop. There's nothing extra to set up. All you do is explain what you want GitHub to do. You usually say use Python 3.10 or 3.11, install my requirements, run my test, or build my projects. GitHub reads those instructions and then runs them for you. Think of GitHub Actions like this. You push code and GitHub acts on your behalf. And once you see it this way, it stops being scary. It's not a complex MLOps tool. It's not replacing Docker and it's not replacing your brain. It's just automation. Now, before you touch any YAML or write a single workflow file, there's one mental model you must memorize. If you understand this model, GitHub Actions will never feel confusing again, and eventually you'll easily and properly understand continuous integration. Here, I want you to memorize one simple flow, and this is the entire GitHub Actions mental model. Nothing more, no hidden layers, no magic. It always starts with a git push. You push code to GitHub. That push creates a GitHub event. GitHub sees that event and looks for a workflow file. A workflow is just a YAML file stored in your repository. That workflow defines one or more jobs. A job runs on a virtual machine provided by GitHub, and inside a job, you have steps. Steps are just commands, the same commands you already run locally. So the flow is GitHub push, then GitHub event, then workflow, then job, then steps. And that's it. If you understand this flow, you understand GitHub Actions. There is no special CI language, there is no hidden automation engine. It is just a trigger, a machine, and a list of commands. So in the next video, we'll stop talking theory. We'll take a real Python project, add our first CI workflow, and let GitHub run our checks automatically. From this point onward, every push will be evaluated. And this is where your MLOps journey truly begins. So if this video helped you build the right mental model, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one where we write our first GitHub workflow.